Champions again, Liverpool.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world. And welcome to our match preview show for the West Ham game tomorrow at the London Stadium, of course. I almost called it the West Ham Stadium then, which I think it is announced, to be fair, but it is the London Stadium, the Olympic Stadium, of course. It used to be, of course. And, you know, I know that this is going to be a very, very tough game for Liverpool tomorrow night because West Ham are pretty good under David Moyes, which I know the football genius himself, you know, a couple of years ago, we were all taking the mick out of. But, you know, he's done a good job at the minute at West Ham anyway. But, of course, we will be talking about the West Ham game in tonight's video. We'll also be talking about the transfer window, whether or not Liverpool will be going into the market. Of course, we are looking at the moment for a centre-back, of course, which is the most dire position at the minute for Liverpool Football Club. But as you can see, I am joined by a very special guest, and that is Mr. Douglas from the Dugout Football channel. Doug, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing very well, Connor. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, it's quite weird saying David Moyes, West Ham, are sitting fifth right now, but they've been absolutely fantastic recently.
Yeah, they have. I think all of us at the start of the season was pretty much predicting West Ham to be down at the bottom because of the transfer situation. I think all of us thought that, you know, the way they was anyway, you know, going into the season, I think all of us was a bit shocked that they hadn't bolstered the squad a lot more. I think with, you know, of course, West Ham's owners, I know that all of us, that are non-West Ham fans are very frustrated towards West Ham owners. So, you know, wouldn't want to know what West Ham fans think anyway. If there are West Ham fans in you, then please do let us know. But just from the outside in, Doug, you know, what have you made of West Ham's season so far? Because it is a strange one, like you said, in the fact that, you know, they are only a position behind us. They're 2 points behind us, and I don't think any of us would have said that at the start of the season that West Ham was going to be 2 points behind Liverpool so far into the season.
No, they've been absolutely fantastic. Started really poorly for them, but then just ever since I think the Wolves game, they've been magnificent. I think they've won 6 games in a row in a calendar year for the first time ever. And believe it or not, they've got a few scalps. They've got a few scalps at home as well. That Wolves game, 4-0, you would never have envisaged that happening at all. They've been very, very good. They've held City there as well. So this is going to be a very, very tricky game. I think we're going to West Ham possibly at the wrong time, in all honesty.
Yeah, probably in terms of form, I would agree. I think, I can't remember a West Ham team probably since I think they last qualified for Europe that had like that, you know, nitty grittiness about them. You know, the Slavan Bilic side, of course, with Dimitri Payet. I thought that team was, you know, I think it was
that would have been the final season at the Upton Park then. 16-17 season.
Yeah, that's the last time I can really think of West Ham being a tough place to go because, of course, moving to the London Stadium. I know we've had, you know, very good games at the London Stadium in recent years as well. So it will be interesting to see how this game does unfold then realistically. But let's say hi to a couple of you guys anyway. Got Council's biggest fan says hi. Hello, mate. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Chris Welsh is in saying, hi, lads. Hope you're well. I'm doing fantastic, mate. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day as well. He also says, start of the week, Manchester United going to win the league. Oh, wait, that lasted long. Bottle jobs. Yeah, of course, Man United did draw against Arsenal. To be fair, Arsenal, in my opinion, were very, very unlucky not to get that win against United. I thought Bruno Fernandes should have got sent off for stamping on. I can't remember the player, but he did stamp on a Arsenal player, which he should have got sent off. Was it Cedric? Yeah, Cedric. Should have got sent off, in my opinion. Anyway, of course, Council's bigger fan says, "Nah, City will win the league." In my opinion, they are the favourites for it. at the moment. I would say
still too early though.
yeah,
Still
exactly.
Too early to say that.
It is too early to say it. Look at it. Look at it Christmas time. Everyone was saying Liverpool are going to walk away with it. And look at us now. We're currently fourth with a potential of going third. So, this league, it's the best league in the world, isn't it? Because we don't know, what's going to happen. It isn't like La Liga. It isn't like the Bundesliga where we know who's going to be on top, from match day 1 to match day, 38. We know that, like,
not this
the Premier.
season.
No, that is true. That is true. Well, it's like the French league. Look, is PSG fourth? I think at the moment.
Yeah, it's Lyon, PSG, and then I think it's Marseille, and then you look at La Liga. Real Madrid lost at home to Levante today. Levante, come on! And Atletico Madrid now have 2 games in hand. They are going to walk that league if Real Madrid and Barcelona are not careful.
Don't curse them. I think everyone I've spoken to today has said that it's Atletico Madrid's title to win. Never say never. Like at the minute, yeah, it does look like Atletico will win La Liga, but stuff has happened before in leagues, as we know for sure. Anyway, but Cup Council's biggest fan says, but I still have hope we will win the league. It's all if buts and maybes, isn't it? Because I know that all of us are frustrated at the moment because, going into this game, I think we all know what the centre-back pairing is going to be. In Jordan Henderson and Nat Phillips, it could be Reece Williams. But I think because of how they both performed together against Tottenham midweek, I think that it's inevitable that both of them are going to start with one another. If I'm in my opinion anyway, but if we quickly look at the screen, of course, Jurgen did his press conference. I believe it was yesterday that he did do it anyway for Liverpool. If we quickly look on screen, of course, the transfer window, we did put a poll up this morning for you guys to actually, vote. Will Liverpool sign a centre back before the transfer window closes on Monday? 66.1% of you said yes, we will sign a centre back before the window closes on Monday, and then 33.9% of you voted no, Liverpool won't sign a centre back. This January anyway. But Doug, of course, it's 2 days from the transfer window getting closed. I know we've had all month to realistically, find a centre back, to find a solution to the problem. Anyway, do you think we'll sign a centre back before the window shuts, or do you think it's too little, too late?
I would like to be confident and say yes, but you never know on deadline day. You never know. I mean, especially the fact that we've left it this late as well. The one thing we just hope is no more injuries. I think that is one thing you can say. But the names may be mentioned. I mean, I'm absolutely horrified at the name Mustafi. Honestly, that guy is an absolute bomb scare of a defender. So I really do not want Mustafi. Issa Diop's been mentioned as well, but then again, that's a West Ham player, and you'd have to pay a premium price. And even if you have to get a loan deal, it would have to be an obligation to buy. So that's going to be a bit tricky as well. I have heard Roman Saiz has been mentioned. I've heard Aaron Long from the New York Red Bulls has been mentioned as a short-term loan. It's going to be a very interesting deadline day, and I think that could be a day that you could see a couple of videos if we do get a centre back. There's obviously that deadline day is going to be very, very interesting for sure. Yeah,
it is definitely going to be. And guys, I know I keep saying this, but I plan to go live Monday evening-ish. If there is going to be any news, of course, there will be videos out if we do sign anyone. Of course, I think all the hype is going to be on Monday. I don't think Liverpool are going to do anything tomorrow because, of course, it is match day and Liverpool tend not to do anything. When it is match day, I say this now: watch Liverpool. Hopefully we beat West Ham, and then an hour later on, it says that we have agreed a fee for a defender. That would just be the ideal Sunday, but I think we can all dream anyway, of course. But Colcan's Big Fan says, if you were Klopp, would you focus more on the Prem or Champions League? Why not both? Maybe under the current situation, maybe Champions League if the league does go south. But then, I would like Jurgen to focus on the Premier League for sure. Anyway, he also says we don't need another centre back. Nat Phillips had Son in his pocket. We need a centre back. Like I don't even.
Do.
Yeah, I don't care about the we badly need a centre back. It's ridiculous. Matip could be out now for about 2 months. I think the initial fear is. But yeah, we desperately need a centre back. I'm sorry, mate. We desperately do. The 1892 Red Podcast is in. Hello, lads. Hopefully, having a fantastic day. Glad to see you in the chat. The Cup Council's biggest fan says Conti, I think that's how you say it. And Sven Bootman is 2 centre backs I've heard a lot about. Of course, we all know about Sven Bootman. I know that. Mm-hmm. I know that Doug made a video on him. I know that we were planning to make a video on him, and then James Pearce tweeted out saying that, "Oh no, Liverpool don't want him." And then all of our dreams and hopes got perished away with one simple tweet, which is very, very sad. Of course, Chris's lineup, he's gone with Ali, Trent, Phillips, Hendo, Robertson, Thiago Wijnaldum, Jones, Salah, Firmino, and Mane. Very interesting lineup. Of course, we will be talking about lineup soon. With Kane going off, it was easier for Phillips. Yeah, I would agree with that. But then, to be fair,
I have no sympathy for Harry Kane. Sorry, he does it every single game.
Well, if any of you know what we're talking about, of course, it's that video. I think someone's put out that the same movement that he did towards Jordan Henderson, he's done it towards practically everyone that he's come up against. And to be fair, there was one on there with Adam Lallana that Lallana just went up in the air, and I still don't get how he wasn't injured from that, because Harry Kane seriously puts people in danger when he does that, and it's pretty much karma, realistically, for himself getting injured. That's it.
Quite frankly, it's dangerous play, especially with he's jumping up and he's got his elbows ready to, he has to watch what he's doing, because that kind of thing is going to get a serious injury. There was one similar one today with Lacazette where he went over Maguire, but he landed so awkwardly that he had to go off. So apparently I have heard that they might be putting yellow card challenges for that when you actually go to challenge for a ball that high.
Well,
so
I think something
that could be interesting.
I think something has to be done realistically, because Harry Kane has gone and injured himself practically, and the fact is, the more and more he does it, the more likely it is he's either going to injure himself more, or he's going to injure someone else as well. So, if the referees do bring in yellow cards for that, then I'd say, happy days, because realistically, the players need protecting from someone that is causing them, harm, realistically, on a football pitch. So, but guys, let us know your thoughts anyway. Johnson saying, great, and Connor, Doug, and all the Red family. Hello, hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. I'm struggling to talk tonight. The 92 Reds podcast is fully agreed, Doug. Biggest fan, Got Council's biggest fan says, Kane. Yeah, I believe so. It could have been something else, but I believe it was Harry Kane. With way we played against Tottenham, I think we will win 2-0. Very interesting scoreline. The boys said Allison, Trent, Hendo, Phillips, Robbo, Gini, Thiago, Milner, or Ox, Salah, Mane, and Bobby. Yeah. Very, very interesting lineup, to be fair. But let's have a look then. Of course, we mentioned his name earlier on, and that was Mr. James Pearce, of course. Very reliable, Mr. James Pearce. And as you can see on the screen right now, this is what of course Jurgen had to say about signing a centre back. Of course, let me make this bigger for you guys so you guys can see on screen. There we go. yeah, so this is what I have to say. I'm not sure there's an £80 million centre-back available at the moment, or that teams would sell. We need to find the right player, and it has to suit our financial situation. Now, I've seen many people take an inkling towards this in the fact that, Liverpool have £80 million to spend. Again, I think it was more of a theoretical talk because, of course, we signed Virgil van Dijk for 75 million all those years ago in January. And Doug, do you think that Liverpool have that amount of money to spend at this present time, or do you think it is just Klopp using a figure of speech more than that actually being the price?
I think it's Klopp using a figure of speech. I can't see us spending a premium price for a defender, especially on deadline day. So I think what he's like. The thing is, like, you're not well. I know you hate him being mentioned, but Koulibaly, like, you were not paying 80-90 million for Koulibaly. You know, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. And then you've got Konate. I think that's who the Cop Council's biggest fan was meaning. I think it's Konate, the Leipzig defender. Again, 30-40 million. And then you've got Issa Diop, you know, probably 20-30 million. I honestly think if we do get a centre-back, it's either going to be a loan or it's going to be a free agent. So that would obviously incline towards bomb scare. I can't call him Mustafi. I'm sorry. He's just a bomb scare. Or Aaron Long for me.
Yeah, guys, let us know as well in the comments, who do you think Liverpool could sign? Because there has been reports that Liverpool did contact RB Leipzig about both defenders, Upamecano especially, because of course he has that release clause in his contract that does come into effect in the summer for 42 million euros, which, you know, if we could get that now, I think Liverpool would bite Leipzig's hand off, but, you know, sadly that isn't the case. Of course, Sven Botman's been mentioned. There's been talks that, you know, I know that people have said that he could still become a Liverpool player by this time tomorrow, but I can't see Lille, you know, getting rid of their probably best centre back at the moment, in my personal opinion, anyway. But moving away then from transfers a little bit, then I want to talk about one man in particular, and one man that I feel like has got criticised very heavily over the last couple of weeks by his performances, and that is this man, Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, coming back into form against Tottenham, of course, getting a goal as well, which was brilliant for his confidence, and getting an amazing assist as well for Sadio Mane's third goal anyway. And Doug, you know, I know that Liverpool over the last couple of months, well, I say month particularly, we haven't been good. And I'm plain and simple, we haven't been good. And Trent hasn't been good. I think he's been up there, one of the worst players that has been playing over the last couple of weeks, in my opinion. And it was just nice to see him back in form, wasn't it? And nice to see him, you know, like playing like we know Trent can play.
Yeah, he was terrific. I thought he was absolutely terrific. He was probably... I gave on my match reaction, I gave Bobby my man of the match, but it was between him and Trent. I thought Trent was absolutely fantastic, and I like how Tottenham tried to, you know, double up, because they had Ben Davis and they had Matt Doherty to double up. But what Trent did, he was just weaving inside them, and I really like that about his game. Great to see him get on the score sheet. I mean, yes, you can say it's a Lloris mistake, but he just has to be there to finish it. And then, yeah, the third one is a fantastic cross for Mane. Not the best at defending from Joe Rodon or Eric Dyer. I'm not going to say what I said on my match reaction, because you might actually put me off the stream, so I'm not going to do that. But what I did like about Trent is he did look like he was back to his best, and hopefully now he can get a run of games where he can be like that. I thought he was terrific on Thursday.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you mentioned this man as well, Bobby Firmino. I think we've said on your match reaction, you know, both of them were up there for man of the match, and that for me is a positive sign. I think we looked at that Manchester United match in the FA Cup, and I know a lot of people were frustrated at the fact that we went out towards Manchester United, but I think for me personally, it is annoying to lose to Man United, and yes, I don't want to lose to United, but it was more performance based. If we had lost 3-0 against United, but the performance was excellent, I would have not been happy with it, but I would have been okay with it. And I think that is what Liverpool has missed over the last couple of weeks, has missed that performance based, because we've lost our mojo. Yes, because we've missed Jota. Yes, because we've missed Virgil and Joe Gomez. But it's more the fact that we've had to rotate so much, and now we're having to put Jordan Henderson at centre back. Normally we'd have Fabinho at centre of the midfield, and that's, I think, what Liverpool have missed a little bit. And it is now transforming it realistically to fit now how we play, because I think one of the interesting things that I think that Klopp did against Tottenham that he hasn't done in the last couple of weeks is play Gini Wijnaldum in the 6th role. In the fact that, of course, if you guys remember the beginning of not last season, the season before, I believe Gini played around 10 games in the 6th role. Well, Henderson was coming back from, I believe, the World Cup, and then Fabinho wasn't even playing. Of course, Fabinho didn't play for Liverpool for 6 months. So Gini in that 6th role, I think, works more than Thiago now, in my personal opinion. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But Doug, would you agree with that? Do you think Gini is the key now for Liverpool?
100%. You saw what Gini being in the 6 meant, what Thiago could do. I thought Thiago was terrific. To be fair, I thought the whole team performance was brilliant the other night. I think, it was a bit of a gamble, I think, to play Milner in there alongside Gini and Thiago, but I thought you said it. Milner ages like a fine wine. He's just so good. And I think Thiago is probably more suited just behind, the front three. And I think now, okay, albeit, he did have to get a bandage, but it was just weird. It was just really weird what they did. Yeah, there it is. It actually looks like one of the cones you would use if you had like rounders or something. It actually looked pretty funny anyway. But no, I think having Gini in the 6, we're more solid. I don't think Thiago's been, I wouldn't say able to play there, but for me he's more of an attacking player for me. So I think having Gini in there for his defensive stabilities as well is fantastic. And a little wee stat for you. This game against West Ham, we will have our 16th centre-back pairing this season.
Wow. And we don't need centre-backs. Yeah. Guys, we need centre-backs. We really do.
We badly need a centre-back. Badly.
Yeah. Yeah, we do, to be fair. And that's mental, isn't it? And I don't think any other side... I know City had their problems last season with a centre-back, but they didn't have constant, problems. No. They didn't have, they didn't have their 4 centre-backs missing. They only had 1 centre-back missing. And, I, to be fair, I think even, this might be a little bit biased from myself, but the fact that we're only 7 points from Man City and having all of our problems, I think just shows how, and we've had our worst spell, I think, under Klopp, in the 5 years he's been here, in the last couple of weeks. And the fact that we're managing to still be a couple of points off the top, and now we're getting back into form. I think that just shows the credit that Liverpool should be getting, because I think many people are writing us off already. In the sense that, Liverpool, they'll struggle for top 4, they'll struggle for this and that. And I'm like, don't count us out, because, we can still do something. Look at the Tottenham game. Tottenham should have destroyed us. with Harry Kane and Son, but they didn't. So it is very, very interesting. John says, hope that win against Spurs is the turn of fortunes for us. But let's be honest here, Liverpool, with the amount of injuries this season, have done really well. Icing on the cake would be a centre back. Yeah, it would definitely, Johnny, it definitely would. Cook Hansen's bigger fan says, I believe Jota will be back after the West Ham game. I'm telling you, no, he is not back after the West Ham game. It looks like he could be mid-February. Either mid or end February, Jota will be back. Anyway, of course, the last time we played against West Ham, Jota did score the winning goal. As we have the image right here. That was the part of the thumbnail for that video. It's just gutting that we don't have Jota to even pick from, because I think if we'd had Jota over the last couple of weeks, I think he would have bailed us out more than once. I'm not going to lie to you, to be fair. Red Podcast says, yes, on Kane, mate. Fully agree with you. Downton Abbey's insane. West Ham absolutely on fire right now. I can't call this game at all. Yeah, I would agree. West Ham are on fantastic form, especially because I don't think we've really mentioned this as well. Like, they sold Haller to Ajax and haven't replaced him.
Yeah.
So what's happening with it? Are they actually going to sign a replacement? Because I know they've signed that Brentford forward now on a permanent deal. I can't think of his name. His name's escaped me. Yeah, Ben Rama. Thank you. And I know like he can play striker, but he's more of a winger. Do you think they'll sign anyone before Monday?
Do you remember the striker who played with Haaland at RB Salzburg? Chinese. I think he's either South Korean.
Yeah, Hao Hee Chan, is it?
Hang Wei Chan, I think is. Yeah, that's been mentioned as a potential loan deal. I've heard that they're also in for Odsonne Edouard at Celtic. Now, you want a striker to score goals? I would say Edouard would be a very good signing, especially because Celtic lost 2-1 to St Mirren today. Which is absolutely embarrassing. It just kind of shows how poor Celtic's season has been. But Edward would be a good signing. There was a murmur, and it is just a murmur, Divock Origi might be a target for them on Monday.
That could be interesting because, of course, I think we talked about centre-back. I think that rule is still in appliance. I think we have to get rid of an international player if we're going to sign a foreign player. I think, because that
I've also heard Adrian's on his way out. Adrian might be leaving on Monday.
That could free up a place. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe Adrian go back to Spain. Maybe Real Betis, because they were interested in him. I think before they signed, I believe it was Bravo from Man City, I think, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, we read that comment already. Cock Council's bigger fan says, I think we're saving until the summer to get Mbappe or Haaland. I'd love that. I'm not gonna lie. Time will tell, of course, with that. But to be honest, as much as I don't want it, probably would be Mustafi. No, anyone but Mustafi. Like, no. I don't
you can see the joy in me and Connor's faces when we're speaking about Mustafi. He is a bomb scare.
I'd rather have David Luiz. I'm not gonna lie. Is David Luiz available at all? Like, I don't want Mustafi. Yes, that's who I think. That's what I was talking about, Doug. Kanate, yeah. Sayas from Wolves has been mentioned. I've seen he's been mentioned.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
On more than one occasion. So, who knows? Who knows? I might even hand in a CV myself to play centre back. Lad, if you can play centre back and you and you're decent, do it, please. Anyone, please. Like, just
Well-
sign, just please sign for Liverpool and a centre back, please. I hope Bobby can keep his form for the from the Tottenham game. I hope so as well, mate. Absolutely too. Data's in saying hi. Hello,
Hi,
Data.
Data.
Hopefully on a fantastic day. Res Podcast says Genie in the 6 is massive, breaks up play well. Pushing Thiago in the 8 is much more ideal for the front three. Yeah, I would agree. I think that's what me and Doug said. I think that's the best thing for Liverpool. I think Thiago maybe in a 2 and maybe playing in a 4-2-3-1 would probably be better because of course he did that with Bayern Munich last season with Joshua Kimmich or Goretzka. I think he did that for. So if he's playing 4-2-3, probably in an 8 role. If it's obviously in a 2, then of course he'd be playing one of the 6 roles. Anyway, Milner was superb. Was super. Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. 36 years of age and still wins the bleep test every preseason. One of LFC's best ever free signings. Probably the best ever free signing for Liverpool that I can think
right
of.
up there. It's right up there. When you think of the players that we've had, like from sort of free transfers. Oh Jesus Christ! Right, going from worst to best. Andre Voronin. Remember that one? Oh dear.
Bloody hell. Free signings.
Gary Mack.
Sure. Yeah, Gary Mack. I'm trying to.
Robbie Fowler.
Well, when he returned to
he was
Liverpool.
a Man City. When he returned to Liverpool, he was a big transfer.
Did he do anything more that season? Really? What did he score? Like 7 goals, was it, or 8 goals?
Yeah, I suppose you've got Matip as well because he was a free transfer as well. But yeah, I think I would agree. Probably Milner's probably been our best free transfer. You go from Manchester City and then within the space of 3 years, you're winning the Champions League and Premier League.
Well, can we class Andy Robertson as a free transfer or not? Because it was practically a swap deal for Kevin Stewart.
Ooh.
So can we?
I like your thinking. But even then, I'm thinking that was 8 mil. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We robbed Hull anyway. To be fair, but what else do we have? Data says personally, I would make Thiago and Firmino swap places. Interesting. I would say that, to be fair. Red Podcast says pace merchant how we chan on FIFA. Yeah, he is a pace merchant. I believe he has like 94 pace on FIFA, I believe. So that will be interesting anyway. Glenn is in. Hello, Glenn. Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. Nice to see you in the chat. Hi, guys. Took 2 points away from that team. Go ahead and get past them. We will, mate. Hopefully we can. And thank you for drawing as well against Manchester United. That was kind of nice, to be fair. And to be fair as well, like one thing I would say is that Arteta, in my opinion, has changed Arsenal's fortunes the last couple of weeks. And fair play to him as well, because of course he was getting mentioned, getting sacked. So that is very, very good in my personal opinion. Ryan's in as well. Hello, Ryan. Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate.
Hello, Ryan.
Pick up yourself, guys. Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. Red Podcast says Minamino has been locked up in the basement at Anfield since Palace. Where has he been? That's exactly that. Where has he been? Where has Minamino been? I don't know. He's probably still at Palace, kicking a ball around a Seller's Park, probably. Glenn says you can have Mustafi. He is quality. No, Glenn.
Get in the bin.
I don't want Mustafi. I swear to God. Hey, be nice. I'm here. But yeah, look, I don't want Mustafi. I would prefer my nan in a pair of football boots than I would freaking Mustafi. That's plain and simple to me. Kaelson says, are Leeds looking at a loan or transfer for Divock Origi? It would probably be a loan, I think. I don't think Liverpool would sell.
No, I think it'd be a loan.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a sale, to be awfully honest, though. Ricky played semi-pro level at Fisher Athletic, good enough to play centre back. Lol. Ricky Ricky, get that CV in now to Liverpool. Like, slap it on the table and say, look, this is what I can do. You know, if you need me, you need me. I'll be on like £200 a week or something like that, and just slap it on the table because we need a centre back. One better than Varane, Doug. I know he wasn't a free, but you can't beat Aspas. What a player!
Hell.
Do you remember that corner, Chelsea? Oh no! Why have you got to remember that? We don't remember that. We don't remember that bad time. To be fair, they let Taki at Palace, but can't leave London due to Tier 4 restrictions. Well, maybe you can go over to the London Stadium and start tomorrow against West Ham.
Maybe.
That's a possibility anyway. But let's get moving on then to the starting 11 prediction. Anyway, of course, a couple of you guys has let us know your starting 11 predictions. If you haven't yet, then please do let us know in the comment section down below. But Doug, who would you start to play against West Ham tomorrow?
Ooh, well, Alisson, obviously. Trent, Phillips, Henderson, Robertson, Gini, Thiago, Jones, Salamani, Firmino.
You son of a bitch! You copied me. God's sake, that is exactly the team I've gone for as well. This happens every week. I swear to God, it happens every single week. But yeah, as you can see,
every match preview I'm on.
Yeah, it's either if I'm on your match preview or if you're on my match preview. It always happens. I don't know how. I just keep on happening. But yeah, of course, Alisson Becker in goal. I don't think there's anyone else better out there at the moment. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Nat Phillips will come in, of course. Had a good second half against Tottenham. Of course, Jordan Henderson then, sadly, being have to put into the centre back role. Hopefully, he won't have to be put there for next week's games, but. You know, if Liverpool don't sign a centre back, then this is the pairing we've got for the next 2 months. Apart from Fabinho coming back, of course, and then Andy Robertson at left back, like we talked about. Gini in the 6, Thiago in the 8 role, and then Curtis Jones, I think, will come in for James Milner, and then of course, then the front 3: Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, and Sadio Mane. Of course, it will be very, very interesting to see what does happen. Maybe Milner might keep his place for the game. Maybe we might bring in Ox, because Ox does like scoring against West Ham, especially at the London Stadium. Has scored there, I think, twice in the last 2 years. So, you know, would be very, very.
3 goals in his last 2 visits.
There you go. Nice. The Statman Doug. That's how I think I'm going to call it from now on. So yeah, but guys, let us know your starting 11s, of course, in the comment section down below. KL says, Wonder Baker would be good for use on loan.
Who?
Oh, I don't know. Come again?
Okay.
Fair enough. But yeah, it will be interesting. I think, you know, if Curtis Jones does get the opportunity to come in, of course, like that midfield 3 of Gini, Henderson, Hendo and Curtis Jones worked well for a very long time, I think, for Liverpool. And then, of course, it got split up because, of course, either injuries or, you know, Henderson having to be put back at centre back and that. So, you know, to be fair, I just can't wait to see Thiago in the 8 role again. I thought he was fantastic against Tottenham. Gini in the 6, likewise. You know, Doug, which one of our players do you think will be the standout for this game against West Ham?
I'm going to go Bobby. I think that goal against Spurs will give him the world of confidence, I think, in him. And yes, we can say it was a very, you know, it was the easiest finish he's going to ever get. My only disappointment, he didn't do a no-look finish.
True.
But no, it was. I'm going to have to say this. It was diabolical defending.
And Doug's gone for the evening. We're not going to be talking about anything about that ever again. I hate you, son of a bitch. You are a son of a bitch. I hate you.
but yeah,
to be fair,
I wouldn't like Eric Dyer at the heart of our defence. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I wouldn't like Hugo Lloris at goalkeeper neither.
Oh God, no.
After remember like when Tottenham were top for about a week or two, and they were saying that they have like the best goalkeeper in the league and the best goalkeeper in the world, and Hugo Lloris, and I'm like, he's up there with making the most mistakes with Pickford. He's not that good. Calm down, Tottenham fans. But to be fair, though, like we talk about transfer race, talk about the title race. Tottenham were in the race, a month ago, or even earlier than that, and now they look to be in no man's land again. Fighting for fourth. So that just shows how well domestic this league is, because it just shows the versatility, because like we said, who expected West Ham to be as high as they are, but full credit towards them anyway. But Doug, before we do head off for the night, what's your score prediction for the game, mate?
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I think we will concede because they've got a handful of dangers of set pieces. I mean, Souček has been one of the signings of the summer for me. I know he was on loan there last season, but my goodness me, he's just turned into a fantastic midfielder. Another player that they've got is Soufal at right back. I've been very, very impressed with him. They've got good overlapping fullbacks, just like ours, really. Aaron Cresswell, Soufal. They've got a good midfield, Declan Rice. Fornals, I think, was another one. Bowen. And I suppose you could play Ben Rama. And of course, you've got Antonio, who just loves the goal against us. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool. I'm gonna go for a Bobby double. And I'm gonna go for a Souček goal, just for the fantasy.
Very, very interesting indeed. So you changed from your Premier League predictions then, because I believe you went 1-1 with Liverpool West Ham. Yeah, son of a bitch. Like for God's sake, Doug. But no, it will be interesting. I think it will be a very tough game. Look, West Ham are a tough place to go now, especially this year. I think like we said at the top of the show, I think we watched that I think it was West Ham versus Newcastle, their first game of the season, and they looked terrible. And I mean terrible. Yeah. And then, of course, David Moyes had COVID. And then since then, really, as far as I can remember, it really started to kick on then. I don't know whether or not if, there was someone, of course, influencing, and then David Moyes decided to continue that style of football. I don't know. Of course, we're not really in the know.
Sure.
We're not in the know with West Ham, but it will be interesting anyway. For me, anyway, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Liverpool win. I think it's going to be tough. It will be hard to keep a clean sheet, but lately I think we've been very good defensively. Of course, the Højbjerg goal was a superb goal. And I think that's what we're conceding at the minute. We're conceding good goals. I don't think we're conceding any sloppy goals realistically. So, that's a good thing in my opinion anyway. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 and I'm going to go for, I think it's going to be a Mo and a Thiago goal. Let's get Thiago his first goal for the club. Anyway, Kale says for the last comment of the video, I forgot what I was going to say. Who the lad from another club, and he's going on loan for Liverpool. I believe you talked on about the American fella, Long.
Oh, Adam Long. Long, yeah.
Like on stats, he's the best centre back in the MLS in terms of stats, but we don't know whether or not that will transparent to the Premier League. Well, we say this, look at Alphonso Davies, probably one of the best left backs in the world football right now. So
yeah,
time will tell, of course, if Liverpool will sign a centre back. Of course, we will let you know if Liverpool will on Monday. Fingers crossed. We are bringing news to you either tomorrow or Monday, in the sense that Liverpool have signed a centre back. If not, then I think all of us are going to bury our heads in sand. And we're just going to enjoy Jordan Henderson and Nat Phillips running centre backs for the next 5-10 games. So that'll be very, very interesting anyway. But yeah, thank you to everyone that has tuned in to the match preview show. I do very much appreciate all of you having a look and viewing it. If you have then liked it, then I do very much appreciate that as well. If you could leave a like, if you haven't already, then please do. Lets me know that you like the match preview shows anyway. And if you're new to the Cop Council and watching this for the first time, then please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because some mad reason YouTube hate notifications. I don't know why, they just do for some reason. But Doug, thank you for coming on, mate, as always. Where can we find you on the socials, mate?
You can find me on the Dugout Football channel. I am on 959 subscribers now, so getting very, very close to that magic 1K. You can find me on Twitter at @Enod_1992. You can find me on Instagram at Douglas Horn, and you can find me on Facebook, Douglas James Horn. But yeah, it's nice to be back on a match preview with you, Connor, and it's nice to see that we get the same teams right as well.
It's every week. It's every I swear to you guys, like, all right, we so normally what we do, we normally cut, like, we're normally on this 10 minutes before we go live or 5 minutes before, and we don't talk about starting 11 lineups or nothing like that. And just somehow every single week we get the same lineup every single week. I think it's only one time this season that we haven't both gone for the same lineup, I think. But like,
yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
It's so weird. It is so weird. But yeah, guys, thank you to everyone, like I said, for tuning in to the video. It is very much appreciated. Fingers crossed Liverpool can win on Sunday and get us back up there. I believe if we win, we are 1 point behind Manchester United, which would be absolutely fantastic. And fingers crossed that can actually become a possibility. And fingers crossed, like we talked about, Liverpool can win. We can sign a centre-back and things will look very much better come Sunday night anyway. But I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I will see you all later on.